Hello, everybody, and welcome to the party. We are going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons, specifically 3.5 edition. If you don't know what the difference is, numbers. That's basically it.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
It's all good, it's all fun, and we're all going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. I am the Bardic Knock. You can find me on various places of the internet, such as Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all under the Bardic Knock. I intermittently create content, and create is a very loose term there, as is content. And you know what? Intermittently is being used quite sparingly there. I sometimes, infrequently, kind of remember
Occasionally.
to do it.
Maybe once upon a time, at some point in history.
The aim is, when we move, I'm going to get back on that. that's the aim. That's the aim. Don't know if it's going to happen, but that's the aim. Oh, God, why have you got sound on?
That's a good question. Why do you have sound on? We cannot answer these questions for you.
No, it's because I've not had that set up for a couple of weeks. I forgot that I didn't mess around with sound earlier. Totally lost train of thought. Before I throw around to my players, of whom there is very few today, because everyone is off doing various real life things. But it's okay. We've got three of us. Three is enough. Before I do that, hey, welcome to the party. It's a wonderful, all-inclusive place where you, specifically you, should consider joining, because you can, if you have ever been interested in being on a stream, running a stream, or just watching streams more frequently, if you join with Discord and the link down below, you can be a part of this fantastic community where lots of this stuff is talked about. So you can do that, or if you wish to support Welcome's Party, you can do that in a whole plethora of manners. First of all, right here, it will cost you absolutely nothing except maybe like 3 seconds of your time to click a little button that says follow right here on Twitch, because that's free to do. If you've got the money, you can also subscribe. Subscriptions come at a variety of prices and different rewards and all that jazz. Basically, you get your emotes. We've got some cool, fun, happy, awesome emotes, and also every month you stay subscribed, you can give an advantage, or if it's a game I'm ever running, or some other DMs and GMs will also do the same, make it a crit, and you can just give a crit to a player or game master of your choice for them to use as they so please. So you stay subscribed, and you can change the flow of things. You can be the ultimate defining moment that saves the world. Or you can make it so they do real good at that flirt roll. These are equally important things. So that's what you can do.
Clearly.
You can also donate bits. We're happy to take your bits. Once again, we like, if you're going to give us your cold hard cash that you earned with your blood, sweat, and tears, we want you to feel like that was worth something. So for 500 bits, you can make a mechanical change to the game. So oh, that's a crit. No, I want that to be a nat one. Whatever. Mechanical. It does a thing. That's fine. That's cool. 500 bits, that'll happen. And for 1,000 bits, just something interesting happens. Something large. Something that you think would be cool. Obviously, discuss it in the chat, and I'll be looking at it, and I'll go, yes, that's going to happen. 1,000 bits, please.
He'll usually say exactly that. Doesn't really matter what you say.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, pardon me. The other ways you can support Welcome to Party is by going over to their Twitter, which is at Welcome Party RPG, clicking follow, and you can get up-to-date information and news on all things or welcome to the party. Also memes, lots and lots of memes. You can also go and subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/welcome to the party. And there is the Patreon, which you can learn about. Information is down below, but that is patreon.com/welcome party RPG. Patreon's great. We're using it currently to fund GMs getting stuff like getting Roll20 paid for. We have a Zoom thing that people pay for so we can get higher quality video calls. I've just never bothered to set it up personally because technology is not my friend and I'm scared of it. But it's there and other people are using it.
Show me on the doll where technology touched you, Matt.
Well, it touched me right in the place
me
where
on the
my
doll.
brain. I don't have a doll.
All right, we have to start a new fundraiser to get Matt a doll so that he can show us on the doll.
No, I can't reach it. The only thing I have nearby is a large stag statue.
Surprise! Don't you have like 7 dogs within arm's reach?
No, they're over on my bed, lying down. They're sleeping. They're well behaved. There are other things. But what are the other things? Podcasts. Do you like listening to things? Podcasts. Where are these podcasts, you might ask? And I would go, that is a good question. Let me look at my notes. You can find them on iTunes, the Google thing. I don't know what they call it. And on Podbean. And it's all Welcome Party RPG for the podcasts.
Advertisements.
Look.
Wait, does that mean that we have a podcast?
I have no idea.
No, podcasts are specifically podcasts.
Yeah, I think at the moment they're doing specific ones.
Okay.
And the aim is when they do the whole revamp as of September, that they're all going to be podcasts. Maybe it depends on if they're getting people to do the editing, because podcast editing is not fun.
Right.
No, especially when So far, what I've been learning is I've been trying to get my head around editing stuff. It takes about an hour to edit 10 minutes worth of material. Yeah, so when these are like 3-hour long sessions, that's what 180 minutes divided by 10, so that's
18 hours.
Yeah. Imagine having to do 18 hours of editing for each game on this channel every week. And Jesus,
I don't even
gonna be getting paid at least. Yeah.
I'm literally trying to think. So there are 3 games on Sundays. There's Legend of the Five Rings before us. There's us, and then there's the Visible, Vibrant, Victoria. 3 Vs. There's that.
Yep.
So there's 3 games there. There's Pokemon, which is every other week. There's like at least 10 games. So that's 180 hours at least, and that's a full-time job for like 4 people. I'm just rambling now. I think I said all things. Those brief moments where I don't say things because I'm letting other people talk. But I don't do that very often. I think I said all stuff about Welcome to Party, so we're going to give a big thank you to our sponsors here, which are Tabletop Loot. Go and buy dice from them. Devon Rue, the Mistress of Maps, go and support her on Patreon and her website, which is ruinc.com. She is a fantastic artist and cartographer. And also So Nerdware, who, if you use the code WELCOME on their website, you get 10% off because they are the distributors, the people who make and sell our Welcome to the Party merch. So go and check that out. Now I have said all of the things and done all the doodahs. My minuscule group of players, the 3 of you. It's okay. We'll muddle through.
We
Archer.
each have to be 3 people.
Archer, who are you?
Myself and I.
I am Archer of the Eye, and I am playing Eldor the trying to keep the party alive guy.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Bum. So that would next be TJ. There's so many more people usually. I don't have to think about who's next. TJ, who are you?
I'm TJ. Believe it or not, that was not a mislead. I could see how you would have been fooled. I would have expected, like a weird come around from behind there, but that's neither here nor there. I'm TJ, and I play Flick, the halfling rogue, assassin, general, malcontent. Recently, I think that's it. I play a few other people, but I don't care to mention them online, for legal purposes.
Okay.
Criminy. Sorry, my brain is just not processing things so great today. Just,
that was
things
the
just
funniest part.
going everywhere.
Delayed reaction. All right, this is gonna be good. Just believe it or not, I am the only one of us who is stoned.
Yet.
You can't. So far.
And finally, we have Rebecca, who is here. Rebecca, God, please say she hasn't dropped out the call because she's had enough of this shit.
No, she's
Yeah, I
giggling
wasn't
in the
looking.
background.
I wasn't looking at Discord. I was going, oh no, what if I'm just making stuff up?
Holy cow!
Oh, what? What? Who did a thing?
Sleepiest has raided with a party of 25.
That's good timing. It's almost like we
Hello.
were waiting for them to show up.
Hello, and welcome to the party.
Welcome
Be
to the
prepared for
party.
disappointment.
Yeah.
Because we have no idea what we're doing. Rebecca, you're just about to finish introducing yourself, and then I was going to try and pretend like I have a plan.
How about the start? Yes. Hi, Cat. I can't see Cat move. Please move. Please, Cat move.
I don't think there's a cat.
There's a giant cat
I
mod now.
think it's an elaborate ruse.
That's his nickname. Yes, elaborate ruse. I'm Rebecca. I'll be playing Utspa, our resident warlock. Without her partner in crime, which is very sad today.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Yeah.
But you guys did kind of want some distance for a little bit after last week's.
Do we? Oh, God.
What? Didn't you? I don't know.
No,
It seemed to be,
I don't think
no?
so.
You want the opposite of distance? Well, that shows why I'm not in a lesbian relationship. That's clearly
Yes.
the only reason.
That
All the
reason,
closeness.
and that reason alone, TJ. All right. So, let's see if I can recap what the heck happened last time. And this mental state I'm currently in, this, people, is why you don't inadvertently stay up till, like 8:30 in the morning, because you have no idea what's going on the next day. Last time on this.
My favorite show. This.
Okay, so Greg, who player is not currently here, and Utswa got into a rather large, overly emotional lovers quarrel. I don't know, because you two are so fucking non-specific about if this is a intimate romantic relationship or friend. Like, quite frankly, it's just too much for me. It's like, I don't know what you are. You don't know what you fucking are.
It's called being lesbians. This is how it is.
I know plenty of lesbians, and you know what? All the ones I know just go, no, we're gonna behave like real life fucking adults and be, we're in love, we're in a relationship. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's disaster, is what it is. You're disaster lesbians. There's a clear fucking difference.
I'm okay with this. It's fine.
I mean, they were bonded by trauma on several different levels.
This is true, and 27 pages of fucking backstory.
Yeah.
Like over 100 actually. This is fine.
Holy
Who writes this?
We do.
We know who writes this. Yeah.
They do,
Christ.
obviously.
You know how
question
much
is who reads
backstory
this?
You know how much backstory I wrote for this whole campaign?
2.
2 pages.
3
Page and a
sentences.
half, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
3
good.
sentences. Okay.
The
And
rest
one of
I
them was a
made up
link.
as we went along.
And one of them was a link to the album.
Exactly. But that says more about me than anything else.
We
Becca,
got bored, so
I'm joking. I love the fact that you're so into it. You know, you keep doing that. It's great. So the disaster lesbians got into a thing. Harsh words were said. Things got heated, and then they cooled down, and then things were good. And then there was weird dream sequences. Then you went to go beat up your Utswas. I don't even know how to describe Utswa and Primrose's relationship. You know, platonic
Adopted older
soulmate.
sister.
Well, from how
Unofficially
it's been
adopted
described,
older sister.
like, I get it's like you said sisterly, but like from how you've also described it, it's very much like a soulmate, but in a platonic way, like a friend who is a soulmate. Is that basically the vibe you were going for, Rebecca?
yeah, basically. It's flip-flopped a bit, but come down to it, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Alright.
so then you went and got their wife, threw a knife at the back of her head, kicked her out a window,
As you do.
tied her up, and stripped her
as you
naked.
do.
Behind a curtain, thank you.
Because she wasn't herself, she was acting strange, and her hair changed color, and she screamed at you. You know,
Yep.
it's not just because we're bad people and do those awful things.
It's also, it's as well as. It's yes and.
Exactly. And meanwhile, whilst all of that was going on, Keldor went and hung out in a field. Admittedly,
Abandoned
it was
camp.
an abandoned, destroyed camp.
Yes, you abandoned our camp to go and check out an abandoned camp while convincing yourself that you're taking care of all of us. Yeah.
Yay.
Alrighty.
I
So,
love poking fun at you when you try and do good things.
well, speaking of all those good things, Keldor, we're actually going to start off with you because you've had the least to do the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Alright.
And you've been so wonderfully patient about it
Welcome
all.
to the Keldor show.
It's Keldor's day.
Keldor, Keldor. Hey everyone, it's Keldor. Keldor, Keldor.
Galdor.
I don't know how to finish this song. Hey.
Why is it I believe that is exactly how Keldor would write a theme song for himself?
We need to
He
do a
wouldn't
duet
because he wouldn't
with
want
that theme
one.
song.
Someone would demand it, and you're just going to go, I don't know, Keldor.
Something
I'm busy.
Keldor.
I'm busy.
With a duet in the middle.
Keldor needs the people.
We can get copyright strike for that. I don't know if we can. I'm just
Oh,
bullshit.
fight me, strong bad.
But he's
No,
already
we
got the
couldn't get
boxing
copy
gloves
strike for that because it's not good enough to trip the bots.
on. This is the plan. Just be
All
really
respect to the
bad.
Burninator, please do not demolish my house.
Do you lived in a thatch roof cottage?
Close enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. D&D. That's what we're doing. No more shit chatting.
Oh.
I
okay.
lied. There's going to be lots of shit chatting.
And I was gonna say
Keldor.
5 minutes from now. Shit chatting.
Dusting off hands, because that's apparently a thing you do when you go on serious time now.
Right. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure I just heard the last of those raiders sign off.
They all left. I have no idea. I can't actually see how many people are viewing right now. But...
12.
It's saying, yeah, like,
Look good,
it's
we
saying
kept 2 or 3
13.
of them.
Hey, thank you.
And I'm sorry.
You're probably on idle, and you've got this on mute.
But thank you for sticking around anyway, and inflating our egos slightly.
It's fine. Quite frankly, you know, it doesn't matter if they're watching or not. If the numbers say they are,
Right.
that's how the economy works, right? Regardless of if something is effective or not, the numbers say so. It works.
I still get to tell girls at the bar later that I had 13 viewers today instead of 6. Hey, hey, I'm getting laid.
Oh, and there goes one of them.
Damn it, that was her.
TJ, stop it. Okay. Phew. Keldor, you're asleep. You're having a good little sleep in this abandoned camp, specifically the largest tent. Like I described last time, you know, this is obviously some kind of war council, you know, chieftain. Ooh, I'm the big, impressive, you know, very stereotypically, you know, alpha masculine esque. That's it. It's very patriarchal. The remnants. Well, it looks like it was. It's not really anymore because there's nothing there. You're having a good sleep. You're having a good snooze. What role would be best to see if something wakes you up?
I'm assuming a listen check.
Yeah, let's do a listen.
Probably should have pulled up my character.
That's fine. It's fine.
Do this. Wait. That was the owl. 1 second.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, so your owlbear Snowy got a 21,
Ooh.
and you got a 19.
That's pretty dang good, considering I have a +1.
Wow. Still, you don't have any ranks in. Yeah, you know what? These things aren't being subtle. They aren't being quiet. They don't really think anybody's there. You can hear sounds outside. You can hear conversations in Draconic. You
I
can
speak?
Draconic. Yep. And you can hear like footprints in the snow and very like demonstrative, like Draconic.
Wait,
Yeah.
croissant.
All right. The conversations. What are these people saying to each other? It's very much like, why are we back here? I thought we already did this. There can't be anything important. Oh, the boss said we should do. And they're just they're coming from outside of the tent. I can make up more conversation if you want. It's very much like just a grumble. Why am I doing this job? Grumble.
Eldor will very silent. Up. Ready.
Mm-hmm.
And hiding right next to sitting there.
All right. So you kind of like poised, ready, going, ooh, what's going on? Okay. Eventually, you know, you hear some footsteps coming closer towards the tent, and very much being like, we already did this. I don't know why she told us to come back here. I know for a matter of fact we took everybody, we took everything, but she's so determined. Fine, and this person, voice, disembodied creature, which you haven't seen what it is yet. I don't think you said you looked out the tent, did you?
Nope.
Nope. They move the tent flap open and they begin to walk into the tent.
And the first thing they see is a giant owlbear staring at them.
Yeah. What this creature is, you've seen these before, you've met some, you were friends with some, but then they died. These are lizard folk. They've got a slight whitish tint to their scales, and they are marked with the dragon claw mark on various parts of her body. And immediately, when it sees the owlbear, it basically goes, shit. And it starts reaching for a weapon.
I am going to. I'm going to do. So I'm gonna try and knock him out instead of using the bladed part of my glaive, with the blunt side.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just doing non-lethal damage. Yeah, that's fine.
So just a regular attack roll.
I think non-lethal goes with a -2, maybe a -4. I'm gonna -2. Let's say that from the top of my head.
That then.
Uh, 19 for 21. Yeah, this person doesn't seem to be super heavily armored. You clock him in the back of the head for grand total of 21 damage. Still standing. He kind of like rubbing the back of his head, kind of snarls at you, and
I'm gonna hit him again with my second attack.
go for it.
Attack. 7. Ow. That was a
28
really
to hit.
good roll.
Yeah, for another 15, taking the grand total to 36. Still standing. You know, gotten 2 big lumps on his head. This creature is just like, ow, ow. And, probably with slightly more emotions and responses than just ow, ow. But maybe just a little bit more, not loads more.
Snowy
Ow,
is going to
ow.
attempt to grapple him.
Okay, that might have just been something weird on my end. That Archie went super robot-y for a second.
Okay, so Snowy is going to attempt to grapple him and pin him down.
Yeah, okay.
Just get down already!
Is this something just on my end? Because I'm still hearing robot voice.
I don't know. Are you?
I'm hearing Archer just fine.
Yep, I'm hearing it from TJ as well. I will sort that out later. Don't worry about it. I can deal with robot voice on my end so long as it's not anywhere else. All right, so Snowy, grapple.
Yeah, we're hearing you just fine, Matt.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if it's just me who has to suffer for robot voice, no big deal. 35 on that grapple check. Nowhere in heck it's beating that. And this lizard folk person is just immediately pinned to the ground. You know, bopped on the back of the side of the head with the flat of your glaive, and a giant owlbear just goes, "Arr!" And they're just kind of like, uh,
Okay, I think that's all I can do.
yeah, this lizard folk just kind of looks at you and, you know, pinned under the giant owlbear, you know, hands raised, and they just kind of go, parlay.
Hildur just looks at him and then kind of looks out towards the tent flap to see if anybody else is going, and he pokes Vodka with his toe.
Yeah, Varko's there. So you just kind of like poke Varko. Player, not here. Ugh. It's not his fault.
I have his character,
Fine.
so
Yeah. All right. What does
Not up to
Varko
you.
do? Is there anything specific you want or need him to do?
not right at the moment.
just to wake him up and be like, "Hey, be aware that stuff's gone down." All right, that's cool. Yeah, you go. Da-da-da-da. Varko will go, "Yeah, fine, I'm getting up." You still have this one lizard folk pinned. But you know there's at least one other lizard folk out there somewhere. At least you heard that there was one. That lizard folk also would have just heard their friend like being beaten up twice and then an owlbear screech, basically. So they might have just run away.
Waiting like 3 seconds, Keldor's gonna then look out the tent.
What you see is you see another lizard folk. This one seems to have been slowly walking backwards to hopefully not draw any attention to themselves. And it kind of freezes perfectly still and just kind of like looks at you and does one slow blink. It's like,
Sitting there, like, frozen in the headlights.
yeah, it just stood there. It was obviously slowly walking back. It's going, I don't know, don't hurt me.
I point at him with my glaive and then point in the tent. Get in here.
And we'll slowly walk on over and be like, okay. It'll walk in and sit itself down and just kind of look up at you and go, Did he already say parlay?
Yes, I'm not sure what that word means.
Speak. Means come with speak in a nice, polite way. As in, we won't. Don't kill us. We didn't know you was here. We don't want no trouble.
I think you don't want trouble. Owlbears tend to like trouble.
Yeah. That was the definite sign that we shouldn't be messing about. Pretty much.
So you work for the lady on the mountain?
You see them kind of look to each other and kind of like, we could neither confirm nor deny.
Good to know. Alright. It's not like I didn't hear you talking about her before. So now my question is, where exactly is that?
Once again, these two, they look at each other, and you see them kind of raise like the little eyebrows, where the eyebrows would be for lizards. They don't have eyebrows.
Eyebrow ridges.
Ridges, thank you. That's the word I couldn't think of. And you see them trying to like communicate something to each other about words, and then one goes, and the other nods in response and goes, yeah. We cannot disclose that information at this time.
I was afraid you'd say that. See, the problem with that, don't disclose. Owlbear will get very testy. Likes lizard brain.
As friends?
And with that, Snowy licks the lizard he has.
With that, the two lizard folk, they kind of look to each other, and the one who isn't pinned goes, may I have a moment to converse with my colleague?
Fortunately, Snowy doesn't like me taking away. You'll have to tell me, or else I won't be able.
There's something of an issue, see, because the thing is, if we were to give any specific information,
Hey
How about
Vaco,
if we
didn't
could-
you learn that new spell?
What?
Vaco. Cast reverse.
Okay. Remove curse. And you trying to do it on one of their marks?
If I remember correctly, it removes all curses on a creature, not just one specific one.
See, I'm just trying to remember. That you mean remove curse like the level 3 spell similar to bestow curse, right? Well,
It's for a sorcerer, it's a level 4.
yeah. Let me just check out the. I need to just quickly check the limitations of that, because I know there are certain curses where it's like, oh no, this can't be removed by a remove curse. So let me just where are spells? Remove curse. There we go. Bum. Okay, yeah. So, remove it on a creature. Does not remove it on shield, weapon, armor. Spell typically enables the creature affected to get rid of it. Certain special curses may not be countered by this spell, or may be countered by a caster of a certain level or higher. That's useful because your level. What level are you lot at the moment? 10? 9.
Or 10. It was 10.
10. Good. Nice. Cool. Yeah, so, because of how prolific of a spellcaster Varco is, he can remove the curse. It's a pretty high level curse where you can tell, because, being level 10, you have to be to get rid of it. Well, 9, whatever level you are. High, big level, tall level. So you remove the curse from one of them. Which one are you removing it from? The pinned one or the other?
The other one current.
Yeah. And with that, you see the claw mark disappear. And what they do is they kind of, they look very excited and happy for a small, brief smidgen of a moment before kind of looking and going, oh no. Oh no. That's not good. Huh? You're pretty strong, right? Okay. D- Is it okay if I go and get as far away from the opening of this tent as I possibly can now, please? I'll stay in the tent, but just over there. Okay, wonderful, great. And this Lucifer runs over and hides in a corner of the tent. Kind of curls up, plugs their ears, up their ear holes. Starts going, ah! It's almost as if they are expecting something.
And I look at the other one and I'm like, so, in a non-specific way, does this mean it probably triggered something that might indicate something happened?
Well, I am assuming what my friend is doing is, well, the mark has been removed, which therefore means, Lady Boss, she'll know that it's been removed. She'll get a bit miffed at that. She'll probably show up. And make a listen check, please.
Keldor, you're gonna get yourself eaten by a dragon.
I'll be fine.
11. Yeah, you hear it. You hear this loud thud, followed by, well, it's more than just a thud. You hear the flapping of large wings. You hear this very loud thud. You feel the ground shake. You can, the entire tent moves and shifts slightly.
Okay.
And then it goes eerily quiet. How is Keldor reacting to that?
Just waiting to see what happens. He's got his weapon near. He's not like pointing it at the door, but he has it in.
Okay, okay. Bum, 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 bum. Keldor, I am going to need. What am I going to need? I'm going to need a saving throw. I just need to check what saving throw. And 99% certain I know what it is, but I just want to confirm. You're the right one. Yes, you are. Yep, it's that. And yes, there we go.
This and many other delightful mid-game pauses brought to you by D&D 3.4 for when you'd like to do some math with your role-playing.
Yay. Okay, Keldor, can you and Snowy make me a reflex save? Uh, 24 for you, and what is it for Snowy?
Probably not very.
Mm.
Oh wow!
Oh, 24
Natural
as well.
19.
Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Bum, 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 bum. Yep. So, because it's quicker than me rolling out individual dice, that many d6. A barrage of icy cold wind is breathed into the tent as it basically covers the entire thing. And you take that much cold damage. That's 39 cold damage.
I do have evasion, so on a successful reflex save, I take.
On a successful, the DC was 31.
Holy crap! I take half of that.
Yeah, so 39, half of that is maths. Is what it is.
Half.
Yeah, that number. That's it's really easy. My brain's just going, nope. So, 19.
Right?
So you take that. The lizard folk that is currently pinned by Snowy, they're basically a giant like popsicle. They're frozen and dead. And the one in the back of the room, they're well, they're alive. They're just shivering in the back corner, not doing so hot.
Keldor just walks out and says, "Is there any is that really that necessary?"
And what you catch a glimpse of is you see this huge dragon, just ginormous, with bright white scales. And I need to stop hitting my mic. And um, I wish I had a picture of it right in front of me to try and describe the difference between a white dragon. White dragon, as it looks in the book, like that. Bright blue eyes and all that jazz. And you see that for a brief second as it slowly begins to transform, and it takes the shape of a familiar-looking woman. It's the same woman you met however long ago, the one who had taken some orcs as prisoners. She's got like a cool ass like semi mohawk that's slightly curved over, wearing just total badass clothes is the only way to describe it. She looks like a fucking badass. And she just kind of looks, she like brushes her hair back and she goes, "Oh, make an entrance, all that." And I didn't know who it was playing with my toys, so had to make a point, you know?
No, I don't know. I generally don't stab people for case have tried to freeze death before talking to.
You have that whole caring about the lives of other people thing going on for you. Me, not so much. Yeah.
I was more thinking the fact that generally it's a good idea to know who you're. Granted, I'm not an enemy now because that's not why I'm here. But it would be a very bad thing. Random enemy, like a building your influence.
I mean, I can understand that point, that stance, but yeah, you saw I'm a dragon, right? Like kind of a big deal. Realize how few
Apparently
things
not to
there
the
are
Sorcerer
out there.
King, since once you dead.
Yeah, well, the Sorcerer King can suck my dick.
So what you're saying is you could take him on by yourself.
Yes. Yeah, you might want to sense motive that. That's not true.
I just sit there and cross my arms and say, "Seems you're taking awfully long trouble. That is so much in your pride if you can."
He's not been a problem. It's like why
Hmm.
bother interfere with over there? It's not my problem.
Yes, and the floating fortress city of death that's floating this way is not either.
Huh?
Oh, you didn't know? I thought you had scryed that. I'm so sorry. Yeah, there's a giant floating fortress coming this way, and it rains down iron and fire and death. It destroyed the entire city within a matter of minutes. So I was assuming you knew about that.
Huh. That sounds like something I should know about. If I'm honest. Okay. Another Sorcerer King can really suck my dick. All right. I am assuming you come here for a reason then, not, you know, if you're so determined that this thing's a big deal, you, I don't know, you come to seek me out or whatever.
Well, in all honesty, I wasn't seeing. Just heard that there were rumors of strong creatures. I was wondering. Alliance, but I'm not so sure I want to. As you said, you tend to go.
That's fair. With we'll have to do a little bit of research on all that. But let me put it this way: I am very glad right now that I've got wings, because yeah. But you know, I'm sure you'll find some way to not get destroyed by that thing, right?
Did I mention it flies? Did mention it.
Yeah, but you know, I can keep flying.
How long do you think that can fly? Now can you fly for the rest of the?
I'll live longer than you.
Yeah, me. That doesn't matter much. But that Sorcerer King
Yeah.
doesn't die. So do you think you forever? And what's a dragon doing? It's not proud dragons. I know.
Are you trying to stroke my ego?
Why would I need a dragon?
I like you. You know how to sell the things that, you know, just tell me how great I am. Say it again. Tell me I'm good.
Dragon.
There we go.
Bringers of destruction.
Mm.
Emanates
That's it.
on Earth.
Alright. You get it. So. God. Giant flying fortress of death. That's a thing. These are not sentences I thought I'd ever say. Do you have a plan?
Primary plan maker of represent is currently disposed. But I do know that you're very good with
Okay. And where are all these people? You know, because to me it looks like it was just you, my dead servant, my cowardly servant, and that guy there who looks pretty chilled out. Oh, and your pet. I'm assuming you have more friends, unless they all died from the last time I met you.
They're still there. Currently, they are, I believe, arranging their own emissary. Is coming. A little digging into what the room and to play of the land.
You really care about those people then, don't you? You know, even if it means having to separate off and get on and do things all on your own.
Just fine.
Yeah, that's true. Like, people and friendships can really slow you down at times. Like, not even like just in a literal "I don't need nobody," this, you know, but you know, just physically. Come on, what? You know, how come you're here and they're still like, what? They probably spent the evening having some kind of emotional moment with each other instead of just getting on with work, didn't they?
Don't know, I didn't spend the last night with them, but most likely.
Yeah. Well,
So, I do have one favor for you. Exchange for this information freely. It's a small thing.
Mm-hmm.
That one, and I point to the half-frozen lizard folk behind me.
Yeah.
I want him.
All right. Mm. It's free of the curse mark. It takes a lot of effort to keep putting these on people, and grand, big picture time. Big Flying Fortress of Death is a little bit more important than having another, servant. So they're yours. Do it as you please.
Thank you.
So I'm probably gonna head back up to my cave, my lair, all that stuff. You want to come with me and begin negotiations, or do you want taking back to all your friends?
I do have a couple business before I meet with your excellence.
Oh, I love it when you flatter me. It's so nice. So true. Okay. Do you need taking anywhere to save you time traveling? Because it is now somewhat apparent that time is a factor in basically everything we do. So if I can make that happen a bit quicker for you, that'd be great.
Thank you for the offer. But I will go on my own.
All right. Wonderful. I'll be off then. Thank you for the information. Very much looking forward to talking to you more. Bring more compliments. They're good. And I don't know. Maybe a goat. Might be hungry later. All right. Wonderful. Yeah, you'll figure out where we are. You see the big mountain, the big pointy one that looks jagged and basically unclimbable. Yeah, up there. You'll find us. Easy.
Us.
Maybe.
So much splendor in one.
Well, we do as we do. Alrighty. Any other questions?
I would not presume. Waste more of your.
All right, wonderful. Sorry, I'm just debating how I'm gonna get home. Yeah, this. Snaps her fingers, disappears. And you are left in this abandoned camp. The tent is covered in ice. You have a frozen lizard folk underneath Snowy. You've got another lizard folk cowering in the corner, who is now, technically yours as a servant, I guess. But obviously, I'm assuming you won't keep as a servant. You'll go, hey, you're free now.
Yeah, more or less it's up to him, but that's for later. Keldor just turns to Vodka and says, okay, we almost just died.
Varka just kind of looks and goes, yeah, sounds about right.
Just exhales frost.
And
I never thought Keldor would be such a kiss ass. This is amazing.
You forget, Keldor has the most charisma in the party.
I do forget that all the time.
Well, yeah, except Varko.
Vako does more, but he's silent. Out.
He's enigmatic.
Keldor turns to the lizard folk and says, okay. Probably not a good idea to leave me, because then you're fair game for whoever's out there. Sorry about your friend.
No, it's fine. He was actually a dick.
Yeah, but dicks don't always.
Oh, no, that's true. But, if we're being quite frank and honest, it's a somewhat dark thing to discuss, but our lives are perpetual misery. Death is kind of like an exciting thing to look forward to in some ways.
Cool. So why don't you
Yeah.
all just like? Never mind. We'll get to that later. And I just turn to him and I'm like, so information. How many dragons are there?
That I know of is her. That's Kimria. Call her Kim. She likes that.
Big boss lady? Or is she not quite big boss lady?
She's my boss. Well, our boss. There was another one. Not seen him in a very long time. Some bloke called Notad. Yeah. Don't know what happened to him. And they sometimes talk about their mother. Never seen her though. And there's one other one, but they're just terrible. Just the literal worst. That I cannot put into words how bad they are. Now they're quite young, but think they're the biggest fucking thing in the world, basically.
Okay, so bad happened to and her.
Mm-hmm. They talk about a mother, but never seen it. Never seen her. Not once.
What did they say about it?
They're always saying, "Oh, best go talk to mum," and then we'll walk into a room sometimes, and but I've been in that room. I've cleaned that room. There's nothing in there. At least there's no dragon in there, and there's no person in there.
Way of making fertile or
Oh no, but it's real spooky. It's cold in there, but not the same kind of cold as like snow cold. Like I can feel like an aura of death exists in this presence. Cold.
it's probably where.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, well, coding mission. Bit more fruitful. Wanted. Definitely didn't go the way I wanted. Fruitful.
Oh, wonderful! Great news for you. My scouting mission went pretty shit, if I'm honest.
You're free now.
Oh yeah, true. Bonus.
So, up to you. I would now. Again, personal suggestion: stick with us until we go see the dragon, because then, at the very least, until then, you're safe. That should keep you dying for a while, and then once we're done here, you can go wherever you wish.
To be honest, the only other things that which we're supposed to worry about, at least this far down in the mountains, is orcs. But nah, took them all. Some of them are marching around thinking they're Billy Big Bollocks, call themselves Black Claw or whatever. But nah, we're all up top now.
In the caves?
Yep. Boss lady decided she'd had enough of them getting in her way, so she took them.
Hey, interesting. That's useful. How many are of your kind up there?
Countless. Hundreds. There's the little ones as well. They're around.
Eldor know of kobolds?
You've come across kobold.
Oh yeah, we did.
They
So-
all died.
Gods. No. Come
They
on.
all died.
Holy cow!
No.
Variant rolls with the raid of 20.
Why are we getting so many raids? Our content isn't even good.
Say that.
You're not supposed to
And
say
welcome
that.
to
You're
the
supposed to
show.
pretend.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. So, yeah, Calder, what were you saying about Cobalt?
He's just like, oh, joy. Most of them magic casters were kind of lower on the magic count.
Most of them are. Well, they're just annoying, if I'm honest. Just loud and yappy, and they get in the way.
That's the best kind.
Okay, so have to do kobolds, works, and very least one adult dragon, and then you said the other one's younger.
Yeah, younger.
From that pack there. Okay. What's the most direct route to the city at the bottom of the?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty simple. Down. You know, get anything that'll help you slide. You know, like a tree branch or some bark, and you'll just slide on down into town. You know, the mountain's all designed to get down there.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's get to it.
All right. I have no concept what to do with my entire life right now.
Well, for now, you can follow me until you figure it out.
All right. Yeah, sounds good.
And that's how Caesar the Great was born.
Oh, by the way, what's your name?
We don't really get given names. We get given our job title. I'm Scout. And,
Scout.
Yeah. Scout and latrine cleaner.
Interesting. How about we just call you? Say, get him. And he's fairly he's like a white lizard, basically.
Yes. A white-scaled lizard folk.
Because he is a subsidiary to a white dragon, not because the all-white cast decided to have white lizard folk for everyone to just show up.
It's an Arctic region. It's cold. There's snow.
It's
It's-
camouflage.
These are the reasons.
It's like the Arctic hare. It's white.
Yeah. There we go. We justified it enough to explain why we're not racist.
Keldor's just gonna look at him and be like, Shimmer, let's go.
Adorable name.
What's a shiver?
Not shiver, shimmer. What's happening on your
shimmer.
scales? So,
Oh, it's like a sparkly. Cool. Nice. I feel pretty.
okay. Keldor just raises an eyebrow. Okay. Goes over to the nearest tree, fashions very rough sleds, and then pulls out his shield and hops on it and goes down to the town.
Yeah. Crack on with that. You can basically just slide on into town. And you know what? For sake of convenience, you slide on into town. The way all the mountain paths and everything work. With very little work needed, because it's steep and then it flattens out. You will essentially slide right on into the center of town with very little maneuvering having to be done. And as you do so, you catch sight of
A gloom wall.
well, you catch sight of a moist curtain.
Jeez.
It's the best terminology.
just well, you catch sight of it being like thrown up, and what you see before that is you see Greg just tying up Eliza. You see Flick peering out from a window, going, "Oh, Flick, what are you saying?" As you look out the window at
Like
At
4 a.m.
Keldor
right?
coming down the slope.
well,
Like-
no, like, did you say anything at the end of last session when they were like hog tying Eliza?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't remember what it was. I know I knocked her out the window.
Yeah.
Insert witty one-liner here.
Yeah, so that's what you get a glimpse of, because it's early hours of the morning at this point.
Right, and we're just ruthlessly assaulting Eliza.
Yeah,
And that
It's
okay.
for her own good, damn it.
Yeah.
let's. Well, as
Wow.
with how the town is laid out, you'd be pretty much skidding to a halt at that point because of how it's been flattened out. So basically, you come to a slow and steady stop, about 5 feet away from the gloom curtain.
Jim Carrey Grinch style.
Yeah. Just.
Come on, Max.
All right, party is all back together again. Does anybody have anything to do or say? Obviously, I know Greg is taking off Eliza's clothes, armor.
Quick, stripper, get it off her. Hurry, faster.
I'm trying. It's just a little fiddly, okay?
Rebecca is alarmed yet aroused.
Look,
I'm on the outside of the
I'm-
curtain. Thank you.
I am trying my darndest right now, but I swear, usually when I'm helping a lady out of her clothes, it does not. It is not this difficult. Marco gives a silent yet charismatic thumbs up.
She does everything silently yet charismatically.
Yeah, he'll dust off his hands, walk over to the curtain, go. As he steps into it.
He
Just-
actually speaks more than any of us. He just does it through really charismatic sign language.
Yeah.
And there's a little interchange because obviously nobody can see through the curtain of gloom, and Greg's like, will probably make some wry remark, and Varco go, and
At least it has a remark for Craig.
basically with that, the remove curse spell is cast, and Greg is. She still exclaims like, "Well, that did a whole lot of nothing. Like, I still, I can get this armor off. And you see this, very evil, devilish looking army. It's got like a big imprint of something, and it basically just looks very evil, very stereotypically evil. It's got like a big face on it, and it's kind of like jagged, and it's pitch black metal.
So
Why did we ever give her this stuff in the first place?
Does everyone stop and look at Kid?
Yeah.
Right.
But
Oh yeah.
obviously you can't see inside of a curtain of gloom, but Greg can, so I'll describe it as if Greg was here. Eliza's hair, there is something still not right about Eliza. Like the hair is not quite colored properly. She's got like a streak of white going through it. Her eyes are not quite there. There's still slightly color changed. Her skin is still slightly pale and translucent.
Oh fuck, God.
Okay. Uh, Do you need to do a roll for detect magic? I genuinely can't remember.
I don't think so.
Like how.
As soon as he starts casting the spell, Flick's gonna walk up with a canteen and splash Eliza in the face.
Wake up!
So I love the idea. You're splashing with water, right? Or are you splashing
Yes.
with some of your booze?
No, what else am I gonna use the water for?
True.
I do have to make
you-
a spellcraft check to figure out more than the basic. I will.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like super old, musty water from the first week of the campaign.
Oh, gross.
Could have
Never
done
been
nothing but
opened.
stock up on booze since then.
She
Hey, has Flick
explodes.
drank? When's the
Wait,
last
that is
time
a
Flick
terrible
drank
roll.
water?
Water?
Never.
When he was getting drowned by the fish people.
True, that's
Yeah,
probably the
my
closest
God.
he came. And I think he probably took more in through his skin then. That's how he does it. He just goes out and stands barefoot in puddles.
This is
Is
a plant.
is Flick so like? Is alcohol so intrinsic to Flick? Like, is Flick's made up of so much alcohol now that, like alcohol as a substance itself, Flick is now dehydrating. When it touches things, it just absorbs the water.
He just desiccates things as he touches them.
Oh, God.
I have become salt.
No, you've become alcohol.
I mean, put some salt in there and you've got a margarita.
Tomato clamato.
I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to drink salt.
Oh.
Well, expand your horizons sometimes. How are you supposed to spit it if you don't drink it? Ha!
We take Flick to a position he's dying. Just slowly dying.
Yeah.
Pure
Everything's
alcohol.
slowly shutting down due to alcohol poisoning.
Yes. You have 5 days to live. What the fuck did you do? God.
I timed it appropriately. That's what I did.
Okay. We're almost at the time for a break. What else is going on in this scene before we?
Did that spellcraft get me any?
Oh yeah, spellcraft 12. Oosh. You can't really figure out how powerful the magic is, or specifically what school it is. But yeah, there's some bad magic going on here. Not nice magic. You know what? Let's let Kid make a spellcraft as well, because we'll say Kid's that. Who's just being very quiet.
As is his usual.
Yeah, Kid's always quiet. Oh, Varco can also do it. You know, everyone roll spellcraft.
Everyone.
Everyone, really? Okay.
Someone
Oh
figure this
yeah.
crap out.
Just for hilarity's sake.
That's pretty good on.
Yeah,
Six
Kid
on
with a
spellcraft.
28.
He knows exactly what that is.
Actually have that.
Paco.
Three of us got above 20s.
See, Rebecca, you know one thing you've not really done yet? You know warlocks can do detect magic at will? That's
Instead of
like
having to cast it.
yeah, that's just like an innate thing you can do all the time.
I didn't remember it, okay?
You get it at like level 2. It's like one of the best things about being a warlock. It's like I
Yeah.
just know when stuff is magic. You
Yeah,
could
but
have
she
figured this
wasn't-
out forever. Like the thing is, you don't even turn it off and on. You just like it's just there. Like I just detect magic.
At level 2, I was still a bard having issues, so, I mean...
She has a point there. She wasn't a warlock at level 2.
This is true. Okay, so Kid figures out what it is. Flick, you don't know you don't, Flick. You go, yeah. You know, Flick, you are the equivalent of someone like me who has no idea of how a car even works, going up to a car lot, kicking the tires and going, yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
It could
Uh-huh.
be that this was known
That's
the
pretty good
entire
to me.
time, but just has been spiteful the whole time instead. Possible.
She's been so traumatized by her shop being burned down that she's just stopped seeing anything else.
Okay, so well, Kid's not. Cody isn't here to have Kid explain it in a way Kid would, but
Like so.
yeah, he licks Eliza.
No. Okay.
I'd like to clarify, I stop holding her down before this happens.
We
I
just
mean,
get
Greg has
some,
her hogtied, so I don't think that helps.
This is
Just,
so bad.
brain bleach a little bit here for a second.
That I refuse to even describe that because
Please do not.
It's a
My waifu has had enough. Thank you.
throwaway joke. We only make it weird by dwelling on it. Continue.
exactly. Uh, okay, so Kid basically goes, "Yeah, that's magic. That's not good magic. That's ooh, yikes. Very powerful magic. Like, actually, you know what? That's similar levels to what. Remember when that whole thing happened and Prim died? This is like that powerful levels of magic. Yikes. Big
Wait.
yikes.
You're saying God level.
Not like that super high, but they're
Like a hair below that?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, like okay, so let's try and remember the levels of magic we've got going on. So you know, ugh, who's like the weakest magic person we've had a fight against? There was Meat Sprinkle's friends. They're like down here. Then there was like Satan Fish, who's like up here. And we're about here now. We're a little bit better than Satan Fish. Then there's Notad, who's up yonder. And then there's that. But this is kind of like, somewhere between them.
Lovely.
And I'm just looking at Eliza and going, so we need MID level power to get.
Think so.
Summon your dead wife. Do it.
I'm just like looking at Eliza and I'm like,
I'm assuming this is the point where Flick throws water on Eliza to wake her.
Again, yeah.
Yeah. And Eliza, cold and not naked. She was wearing things under the armor.
I was gonna say.
Explicit, because that'd just be immensely uncomfortable. Cold, now soaking wet, lying in the snow. Eliza kind of rubs her eyes and goes, "Oh, this isn't my bedroom. In fact, where are we?"
right outside. I'm assuming that's the bed.
Oh shit. No.
And then she notices that Keldor's there because Keldor was not there the last time.
No, I mean,
Nope.
And Flick like throws his hands up in the air, and, like turns around and like walks away, like he's like,
No. No.
Where are you
I mean,
going?
obviously still of this. Now Eliza kind of looks a bit befuddled, like, huh. See, the last thing I have proper recollection of is, Prim dying. Where are we?
So, we're in Prim's hometown.
Oh, who are you?
no.
And with
Well-
that, we go to break.
That is probably a perfect time to go for a quick break. We'll be back in 5 minutes, everybody. We'll see you real soon.
Bye.
Alrighty, hello and or welcome back, everybody, and welcome to the party. We're going to be continuing our Dungeons and Dragons game. Where we left off, the party is finally all back together after one party member went and had a impromptu conversation with a lovely dragon, and the others were busy tying up and stripping down one of their party members who they believed to be, affected by some armor they were wearing. However, it turns out it had nothing to do with the armor. It was more some interplanar creature which has been infecting this lovely young lady for a good 12 sessions or so, and just nobody's done much about it.
That's news to me. What the heck?
So, party, what do?
Something about it, I guess.
There anything?
Yeah.
Eldor's just like looking at Kid and Vako because they're definitely more magic users than him. He's brand new to it. Like, Fixer?
Is this one of those things you use leeches for?
No,
Oh.
leeches are bad.
That's not what the doctor said.
Doctor's
I
wrong.
think you're smarter than the doctor, Keldor.
Yes, I do, because the doctor in our town got driven out by all the actual medical practitioners. Threw him out on his face.
Well. Fine then.
Sorry, long story short, someone almost died.
As you do. Well, Kid and Varko will very much they'll kind of give it like, us, personally, like, no idea what to do about it. I mean, she seems okay right now, I guess.
Yes, but how long
Otherwise,
till that thing comes back?
Can Utspa try rolling something to see if she realizes something's up, like how to fix it?
Well, what do you think would work for that? Well, there isn't a fix-it roll, is there?
I mean, to know what to.
Probably be spellcraft, because knowledge arcana.
I think I have that. I do. That.
It's actually
Damn it. Never mind.
Yeah, with a 9. That's magic. That's what that is.
Oh, can I use my nat 20 on this roll?
Yeah,
Too
you
late
had.
now.
No, you can do it.
Cause
Forget
like,
that you had one.
yeah, I'm gonna do that because this is a big deal.
Alrighty.
Nat 20.
Gonna use that. Doo-doo-doo. You kind of look at it and go, and then you get a little voice in your head who goes, hey, this is why I was telling you to kill her. That's bad.
You could have told me the first time.
Why would I do that?
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, then how do we fix it?
You kill her.
Is there not another way?
If you can figure out another way to stop otherworldly, all-powerful being that has used the moment of utter defenselessness and weakness that this poor girl felt after watching the person she loved die to take hold of it, and you think you can just get rid of that? Sure, fine. You figure it out. Killing her's the easiest way, and the quickest, and the most effective.
Yeah, well, I'm not cruel, so.
It's kind of a small-minded thing to just say because it doesn't align to what you think is morally correct. Is it being cruel? I mean, if you had a dog that had rabies, you'd kill it, right?
Let's not talk about dead pets, thank you. Let's actually not do that.
All right. I was just making an example.
I know, let's just not. Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, it's stopping a disease. It's stopping something more powerful, more deadly. You know, what's more important, her single life or the death and wanton destruction that letting her live and not fixing it would bring about. So
There's already been tons of wanton death and destruction.
yeah, but more.
I will talk to the party and get back to you.
Fine. 24 hours.
She's just standing there talking to herself.
Pretty much.
Should we like do something about this or
Hey, what's up?
Hey, she's back. Okay. So
Why are you all staring at me?
You're kind
who are we
of talking to
killing?
yourself.
Oh, well, I was talking to
Why
my
is it the only
patron.
way? Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, can we go somewhere like more private and not middle of the street where it's cold?
That seems like a good idea, yeah.
Yeah. So uh, maybe back to Prim's house where it's quiet.
Okay, but do I need to stand in between you and anybody?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We go back to Prim's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just jump cut. You're there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a good walk. Okay, so
So, patron wants. Okay, where's Liza actually? Is Liza in the room? Probably.
Well, I don't know. You having this conversation in front of Eliza, you know, very much going,
No.
what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do to fix Eliza? And Eliza's just like, what are you talking about? I don't even know what's going on.
Okay, I need the every party planner is gone. God damn it. I need to talk to the smart people in the group, which half of them are gone. The planners.
okay, well we can talk about this or we can stand here insulting each other.
Elder's
Yep.
just like looking like at the room where Eliza put in that. So, got information somehow about what this is. An otherworldly thing you said?
Yeah, okay. So, Eliza, sorry, I'm gonna talk about real talk. So my patron said the best course of action is to, murder the cleric, but I don't want to do that.
That bring people kind of something.
Yeah, no, me neither. Normally
Weird,
I'm
I'm
not.
getting more and more okay with it.
Normally I don't have a problem with it, but this is different.
Cutler's just rubbing his hands like. So apparently she has some crazy thing in her.
So what he said, I'm assuming it's he. What he said is weakest moment, took control, blah yada yada, and now I guess it's just still there.
Joy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was terrifyingly vague.
Yeah, he's terrifyingly vague as well.
Dang it, the one thing I don't
What?
acknowledge the that kid.
I do. Hang on.
He does.
So, sorry, why is it a good idea to kill her then? Like,
It's
there
not a
isn't
good
any-
idea.
Okay.
What would Kid know?
Oh, Kid knows a lot more than I do.
Okay, so with a 25 for Kid and a 19 for Utsua, with knowledge of the planes being you know, higher levels of existence than what we comprehend as mortality and the materials. You've had well, not Utsua, you haven't, but you know, you have vague dealings with them. But Kid has had face-to-face interactions with these kinds of creatures and their beings, and basically, what one can glean from that and whatever study he may or may not have been doing since then is these creatures, these beings, these fundamental forces that keep the world as you know it, how it runs, they, for the most part, are a force unto themselves. They just are. There's very little that mortals can do to interfere and get in the way or this, that, and the other, because usually it doesn't matter. Because why would they have any desire or need to do anything that would put anyone else in danger? Because the world has, well, all other worlds have basically formed around their patterns. Yeah, that's just how they are. Why would the mountain bother to get up and move and destroy the entire ecosystem around it when the ecosystem has formed around the mountain, so as to speak? However, obviously, the reason you had to go and do that whole thing, you had to do the turning of the wheel, you had to sacrifice Prim. Something prior to that had thrown these out of balance. And you correcting that, putting it back on its natural course, the power, the force, the being, whatever you want to call it, the one that you essentially took the power from, I don't think it liked that. It was seeming to enjoy being able to go against its regular mold, not having to give up its power and physical manifestation and its effect on the worlds. So it's probably a little pissed. And in that moment, it probably devised and developed some kind of plan or procedure to go, no, I don't want to be resolved. I don't want to go back to normal. I was in control for years. I liked that. And has obviously started plotting something. And part of that plotting is taking Eliza's meat suit for a little bit of a joyride.
Hey.
So basically, they're being this higher power is
Ollie
being
King decided not to keep position.
Yeah, that's a much easier and quicker way of saying it than what I just did.
wait. So
The Holly King, Oak King thought didn't die. The part of himself in a Eldor's just sitting there holding his hands and
What the fuck?
just tell me, Prim's death wasn't in vain.
he put the back in. Arch. Don't do about this. Huh. But we are gonna do something. Doesn't matter.
And that would be.
What? That's a little bit farther down the road. Right now, I don't think any of us have the power to drive out of.
Well,
Making it sound like we very much do. We just don't like the price we're gonna have to pay.
when did the 24 hours start, Matt? What time night?
They would have started at midnight, and I'll say that's when the dream was. This is early hours of the morning, so we'll say this is 4 a.m. So you've got 20 hours left.
Just wanted to. It's probably not. It.
I turn away from the group for a moment, and I go over and lean on something flat, like the top of a fireplace or a table or something.
Mhm.
And using sleight of hand, I'm going to roll the dice where only I can see them.
Okay, let's see that sleight of hand roll.
Okay, so do that first. So that's a 37.
Okay, I think that's basically impossible for anybody to be able to see unless they're rolling that 20.
Just
All
for
right.
fixing what is not a nat 20, but still pretty high.
No.
But not enough.
So I don't know if you want to take decide what the dice say for this one, but he's rolling the dice.
Alright. It's just 2d6, but
That's that's all he ever rolls. Yeah, that's all he has in there is two precisely carved d6. And he asks the question before he rolls them. He says,
Is it better for me to kill Eliza right now?
okay. Well, that
Oh,
isn't
Jesus.
something I just faked. Double six.
oh shit.
So interpret that how you will, because I literally just rolled 2d6, and that's what came up.
So anybody who's watching Flick, now he genuinely hangs his head.
Hildor just kind of is sitting there, and then he like walks out of the room where Eliza sits down in front of Eliza and says, "Do you not remember last 2 weeks?"
About a week or so.
Well, obviously I remember, the whole, well, it's all different and special, and then Prim doing what they did, and then I don't know, like, I'm aware that I've been moving and that time has been passing, but I've kind of just been in a daze, almost not really taking,
Passing.
kind of, but also, this weird miasma of just having no desire to function, and just things. I've been aware that things have been going on, but nothing's really sunk in or stuck.
I guess that makes sense.
Elder's just gonna look straight into Eliza's eyes and say, talk to the.
I have no idea what you. The other what?
Long story short, the Holly King part of him.
Okay. If I'm honest, that doesn't sound too grand. Hmm. Eliza's gonna like take a deep breath, sit up, stretch her back out, not really know what to do with her hands, and just kind of go. Okay, so this other person, being, whatever we're calling them, they're somewhere in here.
As we
I mean, logically, well, if I was kind of around and paying attention, but not really letting things sink in, maybe it's still around. So, if you want to talk to them, they probably can hear you, I would assume. They're also probably not dealing with serious grief and on basic emotional shutdown and just letting day-to-day functions happen and trucking on along. So they're probably more aware of everything, or at the very least, they're probably listening, unlike me. So I guess if you've got anything to say, you just gotta give it a whirl and see if you get anything.
Elder's just like,
Who's in the back? Just run. This was behind Keldor, just like wanting to scream but doesn't.
Eldor's sitting there scratching his. Honestly, I'm. He obviously not too. Not being. Bothered with. I do know this about when deities oppose each other, and if one engulfs the other, they tend not to get their purpose. When gods that are, by their very nature, built to strive and thrive again. Now, I'm probably not going to be.
Okay. So, having a brain block moment. So what Keldor was basically trying to say is like, we know you're weaker, or
He's basically saying, you want to be so self. The god that's
Eliza?
built to strive no longer has any strive again from memory.
Keldor, as you're speaking, you're seeing where Eliza is sat. I'm assuming Prim had like chairs, or they sat at a table or something. You see where Eliza is sat, her hand on a table. She's drumming her fingers lightly, in some like mild and anxious. Ooh, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm a bit awkward and nervous energy, and in one of these sets of finger drums, you notice that her fingers press into the table, leaving indents. And then when they go again, they press a little bit harder, putting a quite sizable crack into the table.
I've been studying her since Keldor sat down with her.
Mm-hmm.
That's all for now.
Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And and then 1/3 set of finger drums. It goes slower and more defined as each finger presses in, and you can see the wooden. You know, what? Would Primrose have a wooden or a stone table?
Hmm.
They grow rock cabbage.
Yeah, probably wood table, just a simple thing.
Yeah. You see large, and you can hear the table cracking as large jutting cracks come off as each finger slowly drums into place on this table and basically breaks the whole thing. Like, it's still kind of held together, but there are huge holes in this table now from this 3rd set of finger drums across it. Eliza's skin shines a little brighter and is a little bit more translucent. You can feel a wind building up around her, and you can see her eyes flash a bright white color before turning to a deep green. And she looks at you.
Sorry, I was just gonna ask if I could ask the patron if we are actually able to kill her or not.
Yeah, it's just a meat suit.
Then where would the spirit go?
Are any of you in your weakest, most vulnerable states?
I don't know. I mean, I wonder what would happen if I did. Would you go against it, or would you? I don't. Never mind. That's stupid.
Yeah. It worked on Eliza because she was broken. She was defenseless.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the patron talking. Sorry, this isn't me. I just kind of bothered to
Yeah.
tweak
Yeah.
my voice ever so slightly. Yeah. Eliza at that moment was an empty shell. That's why she could be taken. Like, so unless any of you are that right now, in which case, you should go see a therapist. Quite frankly, you'll be fine, because the Holy King, yeah, he might be super powerful to you people, but yeah, that's nothing. That he is what a toddler is to you right now, as to what he would be unto his regular. There, it's, I don't know how to define gender to a all power, whatever. And
If I decided to, this is gonna talk in her mind now, not out loud. This is gonna cause problems. If I decided to kill her, would you help me?
I help you literally every second of every day. That's why you
I
can
know,
do anything.
Yeah, I know. Like, if I needed more than just my regular, would you help?
You gonna give me something?
I already gave you a finger.
No, I took a finger. That's not the same.
Oh. Okay, bye.
Like, do you just try to hang up on me?
Uh-huh.
I like to imagine Oots was just thinking a long beep in her head.
Yes.
Busy tone.
It even like maybe comes out a little bit in her mouth. You're just thinking real hard, and it just Oots goes beep. Okay, so as I was saying before, Eliza, translucent, wind growing, eyes go ooh spooky, table breaking almost basically. And she kind of looks directly across from you, Keldor, in a very calm, collected, normal Eliza-esque voice. See, here's the thing, dearie. I
She's-
might be weak right now, but you don't have it in you to kill me. And I will grow and grow and grow. And then I will have what I deserve. Whatever happens to the rest of yous is not even a concern of mine. For all of time immemorial, I have been perceived by you mortals as some inconvenience, as some terrible, evil creature that just comes around and destroys and kills for the sake of it. I never asked for that. That is just who I am.
No,
I never designed myself to affect and bring this diabolical cold and death to everything. So
no, my hometown one. The winter crushes, brings water to it. Winter is destructive, but I have been in lands where there is no far.
oh, aye. And that's the problem. Everybody likes to celebrate the oak. You hold your wee little festivals and you celebrate the warmth and the joy and the new life. You get your little baby lambs coming out, and you all have a grand old fucking time, don't you? And you can be smart, and you can recognize the importance of everything that my presence gives. But when's the last time you heard somebody, go, oh, I can't wait for the winter to come?
You obviously haven't hung.
Yeah, I forget I'm talking to people who live in fucking like.
I'm just like Keldor just looks at him and says, "Winter is best in mind. Summer is good. Winter is the time. Because who wants to be?"
You trying to diplomacy a god right now?
Hells yes, I am. What else can I do?
These are very valid points. Go for it. Try and.
How did we end up here in this episode?
Because their boss is gone, that's why.
Because Keldor's not the smart one who can think his way out of a situation. He's the one who can talk his way out of a situation.
Yeah.
So,
Do you have
you
any-
want me to roll a diplomacy check?
Unless you can think of something better. That seems quite apt right now.
Archer, do you have any 20s that you've saved?
No, because I had to cancel my.
Oh.
But diplomacy is what I'm best at.
Okay.
Literally.
Okay.
Right, go for it.
Oh god.
Holy balls! That roll was as low as it could be.
Oh,
Without
no.
an instant fail. Wow. That's a 2 on the die and a 22.
Oh. It's
Wow.
because you're talking to Elias's face. That's probably why it is freaking
Like,
you out.
you can kind of see Keldor is, like, calm and collected, but I'm sure this guy has some serious insight. He sees that he's nervous, and he's like, this has to work. Otherwise, I'm going to have to. Don't want.
Okay. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Can you actually, Flick? You've been studying Eliza, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll me a quick spot check?
I can.
Because you're well and truly like studying everything.
Oh,
so.
yes. May not have paid any attention to her the rest of the game, but that's only a 10.
Oh.
Keldor,
Too
you're looking
focused.
directly. I need someone to succeed on this. Fuck.
I'm directly looking at her. I am, like, it's like tunnel vision at the.
Yeah, can you roll me a spot check as well, please?
That's better.
26.
19 on the.
That's fantastic. And you know what? Can you just? I'm assuming Kid is in the room because it can actually. No, because I'm assuming Keldor will be able to describe it. It's not necessary. Keldor, in a brief moment, as you're making this very reasonable, valid set of discussions, you can see something in the deep green of Eliza's eyes. It's weird because it's a different thing in each eye, which is real fucking freaky to be looking at both eyes separately. But in one, you see something resembling the beings you saw in the other realm. You know, essentially large cloaked figures with antlers and crowns of thorns. Like you kind of see that. You can see that residing. You can see like the image of that just etched into the deep green of one eye. In the other eye, you see it flash for the faintest of moments, fraction of a second. It kind of goes to a deep black. And in that moment of blackness, you see another cloaked figure, but unlike the antlered and very godlike creature, you see what appears to be quite lithe, quite skinny, quite frail looking, and it looked human, or at least in a human skin.
I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
Uh,
With your diplomacy roll, the Holly King via Eliza as the mouthpiece will respond again. Well, you and your people might honor and celebrate my existence, and I well and truly thank you for that. But I think it's a little too little, and a little bit too late, as things have been in play for a very long time now.
Eldred looks at him and says, never too late. Only time it's too late is I may not be able to. Some of you. But I know. Want people. Driving them into the ground and wiping them. Not the best way.
Keldor, you see a similar image flash up in Eliza's eyes, except this time the figure with like the antlers, which clearly meant to represent the Holly King as you comprehend them. That one looks a little bit smaller, a little bit weaker, and over in the other eye, the shrouded figure, which was quite lithe, and they look more domineering. And you can, it's strange. It's almost, obviously you can't see it between the two eyes, but you can see the faintest connection between the two. Like there's a yellowish fleck that goes from one to the other. You can see that it wraps around the throat of the Holly King and is in the hand of the other hooded figure.
I just look at it. How long have you?
For as long as I have been in power, well, was in power. I made, as some would say, an unfavorable deal. In some ways. But the end goals still get me what I want.
I just look at. And Hildor looks at him and says, "How can I free you?"
In that moment, as you ask, you see Eliza's lips part. Thing. And still maintaining that eye contact, you see that yellow line connecting. It seems to flash for a moment as the hooded figure looks to pull or show some kind of show of dominance, and the horned and crowned figure just pulls away. There is no sight of them anymore. And then the other hooded figure fades. Eliza's skin gains a little bit more opaqueness. Doesn't look quite so translucent. The wind quells. Her eyes return back to their normal brownish color, I think I said they were.
Well, this golden light is coming out of her face.
Well, it's not really a golden light, it's going across her eyes.
It looked.
Okay.
It basically
It's
was like
in the eye itself. It's
Guess you're not getting an answer today.
I mean, Eliza is basically just passed out asleep at this point.
Oh.
Slumped over on the desk.
Keldor
Table.
catches her before she falls down and
Yeah.
on the bed. Well,
Love how everyone's having to like process and figure out like shit. What do we do? Ah.
Where'd you put Eliza?
I just laid her down on whatever the flat, stable surface.
The floor?
That's what was in the. Yeah.
Because there's a bedroom in the back.
I'm
But,
not gonna
you
move
know.
her right at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, just lay it down somewhere.
He's gonna kind of close his eyes in. Alright. I know you guys have been paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Not talking to you, to the group. He's kind of like looking up. It's like, and he reaches to that little bit of vine seed itself and kind of is like, alright. How do I deal with it? I'm pulling you all over the place. I am sorry.
No. This is good. I like it. I was just about to say, does anybody else, TJ or Rebecca, you're the only other two people here. Do either of you have anything to say at this exact moment in character?
Does this shit ever end?
Elder just kind of looks at him. Hell if I know.
Well, Keldor, a few moments later, after you ask your question, there is a knock at the front door.
I take a position in the shadows as the doors open.
Yep. It's still kind of dark outside. The sun hasn't quite risen yet because, a tall figure stands. They seem to be like wreathed in shadow. They have some antlers for some reason and a little bit of a cloak.
Oh, hello.
And they just kind of wave like, hello. Sorry, we've we all got up at the tavern. We're kind of wondering what the plan is.
Hey, Angus.
As Angus stands there, a hammer swinging by his side. Goes, so, obviously something went on. You wanna give us all a wee bit of feedback?
So, you know the Holly King Primrose self to do all that stuff for?
Aye.
Of him.
No. Grand. I'm sure that's, simple enough and not remotely a problem to be dealing with.
Don't talk
Yeah.
about that.
If it's not a problem to kill an innocent.
Shit. Okay, I am not remotely recommending this right now, but obviously, we bit of military training, all that shite is telling me, well, on one side, one person dying is not as bad as lots of people dying. However, I'm going to be selfish and go, but I know who Eliza is, and I quite like her. So, is that a wee bit selfish to go, well, I'd rather not a person I personally know and have an attachment to die? But then it probably makes me a pretty shite person if that means other people. I don't know. This hammer is.
The way
No,
I've
sorry, you
always
were gonna.
thought of it. You're not willing to protect a single.
Hey, I'm glad to see that the whole night training system at least works for some people. Angus reaches down, gets a hammer, drops it on the floor or table, wherever, and just kind of looks and goes like, I honestly thought this hammer was meant to be doing something. And quite frankly, I just... It feels like nothing good is really happening yet. I mean, okay, that's an over exaggeration. We've done plenty of good things, you know. We beat up that big fish. Greg shot that guy in the dick.
Oh, I haven't heard of this.
Oh, Greg's been telling us all about it.
Every night she won't stop.
That was after we
Alright,
got on the
teach us.
Eagles. You know that fella, he was never even a real knight, but he was a proper uppity gobshite. Fella named Krail.
Oh, that ass.
Yeah, Greg shot him in the dick.
Good for her.
I imagine it
It
was pretty.
amazing.
I mean, technically, I think it was that which made him make the giant flying fortress activate, and wounded pride and all that. But
Let's put it this way: would you rather him do it soon, possibly have actually?
oh, aye, grand. It was definitely. Obviously, do not blame Greg because that was a fantastic thing to do, shooting that piece of shite in the dick. So, but obviously, consequences and all that. But I think that was one of those consequences that was going to happen regardless. So, but
Worth it.
it definitely was.
All right.
So,
So
we're getting sidetracked here. I was originally having a wee bit of a moan and a gripe about this magical hammer that's meant to do something, and
wait. Keldor just stops and says, "What are the stories about?"
from stuff way back, Scarfell, when we got all the thingamadoodles and the whatsits. Obviously supposed to get the amulet of justice or whatever shite. It's supposed to be for a true man who is just and devout in their beliefs and their purpose and their cause. And you get that. You have to be noble and a heart full of steel, whatever that means, whether that's just steel or determination, or maybe it's not working because I've not got I've never been shot in the heart. Maybe
I
I
would
need
not
to do that.
recommend that. That tends to kill.
We'll save that for like last minute plan. That's like when everything else fails. So,
I can do it.
noble, heart full of steel. I need this amulet we wearing it. And we need the blessings of a magic dragon. That's why we were coming up here. So is that it? Is it just not at full power yet? I mean,
Well, let's go talk to a dragon then.
Notad's fucking useless. He can't even move.
Not yet.
So unless you think you can get all buddy with...
Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about my talk to the dragon.
Oh, as you do,
Expecting us.
apparently.
Though I doubt she's the type to bless you. But I have some ideas.
Well, that's definitely something, I reckon. Well, me and the rest of the non-crucial party members, obviously we're all hanging out at the tavern. If you need any of us to tag along,
You're definitely
let
coming
us...
with us, Keldor said.
Oh, grand. Well, make your plans, have some breakfast. We're gonna just all be hanging around for a wee bit. But, I think ideally we'd probably want to be setting off at, maybe like 6, anywhere between 6 or, like 8 a.m. So we're not losing too much of the day.
All right.
I'll just pop on and pass on the news to everybody.
By the way, this whole time there's like a lizard folk just kind of hiding in the background, trying to like be unnoticed, and nobody has commented on him at all.
Look at David. At one point, he just takes a bite out of like a rock cabbage very loudly. He goes,
They're good, right?
Hmm?
Oh yeah, everybody meet Shimmer. Shimmer, meet everybody.
I'm
mouthful
looking
of
forward
rocks.
to buying your first album. Now back to the situation at hand.
I look at Angus again and I'm like, can you like power up that hammer without hurting anyone? Like, does it do anything besides just smiting the heck out of people?
Not that I've never really tried to use it for anything but whacking people, if I'm
It's a
honest.
really good paperweight.
Aye, that too.
This is a crazy plan and it probably won't work. We probably... But power up your hammer and touch a light. Don't smack her.
Just like tap her with it.
Or just lay it on her.
Okay, I can do that. So I get my hammer, stretches, go fwa fwa fwa. The hammer, picks it up, lets out a glow, and it goes. Ah! He kind of walks on over and he goes, so what? I just like touch it to a
What do you
like.
normally do to power it up?
I'll point at someone and go, I don't like you. You're my enemy, and then I smack them.
What if you want to do the opposite and help them? What do you think
So,
of it that way?
So logically, I would look at someone and go, "You're my friend. I like you. I want to help."
Do that
And I hit
then.
him with my hammer.
Yeah. So he does that. He's holding the hammer. He looks at Liza and goes, "I want to help Eliza because she's my friend." And walks up and he like taps her with like he doesn't hit her. He just like rests the hammer on her. It lets out a divine globe. It's bright lights. It's got like a yellowish tinge to it because it's so warm and happy, I guess is a word. That is the feeling that comes out of it. And it kind of starts you out, it fills the room and there's this essentially the equivalent of a big orchestral swell. I was like, da, da, da. And then it just goes, and stops.
It's not fully powered up.
Aye, not yet. Well, wonder what it was gonna do, if I'm honest.
Throw out what that.
That's definitely a thing to look into.
One thing.
You have to
Aye.
If we do throw it out, we need to make sure none of us are like cripplingly dead inside.
Probably a good idea not to. Tends to cause problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless one of you. Heartless enough.
Like just puts away his daggers slowly. Goes,
Now that you made it sound all suspicious.
This was totally not Keldor saying if we failed. Totally not.
Alrighty.
At least not
The
conscious.
Oof. All right.
Listen, if we need to kill Eliza, I don't want to, but
I think I'm going through all this.
I'm saying if we do, I don't mind pulling the trigger.
No, that's not something.
I'm not asking you permission. I'm telling you I can't.
Oh, you are. Better not swim.
I don't think you know me well enough for that, but okay. I haven't even talked once. Okay.
Eldor just turns and says, "Alright, let's get some food and go meet a dragon."
Alrighty, as you do me. Okay. Weirdly enough, that's pretty much all the material I actually have kind of prepared because obviously need maps and shit for the next part. Are there any scenes people want to do quickly before we wrap up? Or, we can actually wrap up, like 5-10
Gods
minutes
and
early.
Graves, thank you for the follow.
Woo! Thank you very much, person. We're very glad to have you here.
So we're basically all winding down and getting ready for the next day so we can go talk to said dragons again.
That is as far as I understand it, yes.
Okay. And we're staying the night in Primrose's house again? Is that where we are?
Well, it's like 5 in the morning, so we're getting ready
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, you've got somewhere between 1 and 3 hours to get your stuff together and head out.
Okay.
So,
And Eliza is unconscious in her room?
yeah, she's having a nap.
What do I need to roll to wait for someone to not be in the room?
Oh my god. Does, Keldor, do you eventually then take Eliza to go lie down in a bed, or...
I think... trying to think of what he would...
There's a bed in Prim's room, so there's that.
He is... He's probably gonna spend a good... because he knows they're not gonna head out right away. I don't want to... One of those weird things where it's like, I know what I want to do now, but I don't know what he would do.
I don't know what I'm doing yet, so don't assume you know what Flick is going to do.
Yeah, I know, but I'm also thinking for Keldor and what he would be thinking might happen.
Yes, no, that's absolutely a valid point.
Keldor is gonna stand up after a while, assuming much everyone else left to go. Look at Flick, who's still in there. Say, give me a...
And Flick I walk over to Eliza, and I take a long look at her. And I sit down cross-legged in front of the thing that she's lying on, and I pull the dice out one more time. And I basically put Keldor's question to the fates. Low is always bad. High is always do the thing that you're asking. Yep. What do we got? We got a 6 and a 1.
Jesus fucking Christ. These dice gods are fucking real, man.
Flick sits there for a moment and over these indecisive dice, and he's just poof, dagger. Dagger poofs away. Poof, dagger. Dagger poofs away. Poof, dagger. And honestly, I think that's the best scene to fade out on.
All right. Utswa, is there anything else you want to do? I mean, yes, okay, I know it's difficult because you don't have Greg here, who's your main go-to for interactions right now. But is there anything you want to go like, ooh, and this is what I would do? Is, I mean, when we start next week, we'll probably do a what do you all do to get ready, and so you don't need to fret about making that decision right now either.
Yeah, Lispa's just kind of, she's in her own head. I like to think she's talking to her patron about just what, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. She's been thinking about what she would give up if she needed to have that power to just end it. So, and that's all.
All right. And I think that is a place to wrap up a few minutes early. Obviously,
It gives
it's
us time for announcements.
It does, which we always have to like go and rabbit through them all. So, thank you everybody for joining us for this slightly smaller session, but somehow the
Particularly
most.
dark episode.
Yeah. Phew. I don't even know how to describe what the heck that just was.
That's what happens
But,
when you leave only the 3 emo members of the cast.
Hey!
Yeah, it said 3, not 1.
I liked this session. It was good. It was fun. Announcements that I can think of. Basically, just all the stuff from the beginning of the thing, and then obviously player announcements as well.
All you people who have stuck it out from 3 hours ago when we started this shit show. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
you all remember all the announcements we gave at the beginning.
I mean, I can rabbit them off rapidly. So, first of all, big thank you to sponsors being Tabletop Loot, Deb and Rue, the Mistress of Maps over at ruinc.com, and So Nerdware. There is a 10% discount from So Nerdware with the code WELCOME. You can support Welcome's Party on various platforms such as Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube. Twitter at Welcome Party RPG, Twitch at twitch.tv/Welcome Party RPG, YouTube at youtube.com/Welcome to Party, and patreon.com/Welcome Party RPG. Those are podcasts which are available on iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean, and that is Welcome Party RPG for all of them. Holy shit, I did it. Discord server, link down below. Go check it out. It's good stuff. Me, I'm the Bardic Knock. Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all under the Bardic Knock. I'm there. I do stuff. That's basically it. That's me. Archer, how do I give you money?
Alright, so I have an Etsy shop where I do custom beaded work. Bracelets, keychains, hair clips, currently working on a couple other things that might be coming out soon. And yeah, you can check me out on the link I'm putting in chat right now. Follow that link and you get 10% off anything. Oh.
Woo! Good stuff. Go check that out. Cody isn't here to tell us about his artist. His artist being Miku-kun over on DeviantArt, and Thomas JB on Twitter for the artwork of Kid the Dark Horse. Shan isn't here to tell us about her work. You go check her out at Shanalogic on Twitter. She has like all kinds of stuff. You know, she writes, she does poetry, she does other things. She makes perla bead artwork. So go check out all of that good stuff. And that just then leaves Rebecca. Rebecca, what do you do on the internet?
Oh no!
Mute it if you're trying to say anything. That's fine.
I think she might just be AFK. But if we all stare at her profile long enough, we will will her back into existence.
I believe her age is peak.
Rebecca's is Lundana.
Yeah.
A. So that's Rebecca's DeviantArt, where you can find stuff she has done, because Rebecca did the lovely character tokens for us all. All right, shit, yeah, that's everything. We are going to go raid somebody. Who of our lovely friends of Welcome's Party are currently live? Let's look on the members live thing. I see that Dice 3 went live not too long ago, I think. So we are going to go raid that if the thingy works. Come on, work. There we go. Slash raid dice no, let's spell PRIORI. Is that bu-bu-bu-bu-bu.
I'm gonna take all the
Yeah.
murdering I didn't do on Eliza and put it right into this fly.
So has that worked? Is that raiding? That's not raiding. Wow. Is it? It's being weird. Why no work? Why no work? Huh.
Why? Why? No work.
Okay, let me. Oh goodness, man! The one time we finished on time / a little early,
Right?
and it's just like no.
Nah.
Hang on. Try again. Slash raid dice ori. There we go, it's working. It must have just been my thingy-ma-doody. So we're gonna go raid them. Until next time, be safe and happy adventuring.
Bye.
Bye.